Power target trades, power trigger trade. Alright people, I got an update here for Apple. Apple is setting up for higher prices. I will explain some key facts inside the video, people. That's right. So listen, big picture, Apple is setting up for higher prices. But like I explained in my September 13 and 14 update, that Apple would be in a chop. Now, if we go and take a look at this, if you think about this day here, right? I talked about defending numbers, and actually Apple defended the number one day. But you notice one thing. I talked about a close above 161. Notice that they did not close above 161. And in fact, they brought this back down again. In theory, we're up a little bit. If you look at these 4 days, what is that? Chop. Exactly like I explained, Apple will be choppy. Now you got people guessing, blah 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 blah, blah, you know, about things going on, making day trade and stuff like that. Oh, Apple's going to fall down. I also stated in my update. This is where I trounce most of these people, trounce them. I said this isn't just going to fall down. There's a process. So what I've been explaining, detail for detail, I've been bang on. I said Apple's going to chop until we prove certain numbers. Anything else is a guess. And what I'm saying is pretty much bang on. Apple has not gone down a lot. Doesn't mean that it's not going to go lower, not saying that. But it hasn't gone up either, has it, people? It's not been like stocks like Nvidia. If you want to look at breakout stocks that I posted plans, take a look at stocks like Nvidia, NVDA. That's a real move. Or CAT, Caterpillar, which confirmed on Friday, making a nice move today. That's a real move. Apple hasn't. That's not a real move for Apple. Apple is not in that phase. Only when I post plans that Apple is ready to move will you see the truth, the power. But other than that, right now, it's a guessing game. So let's get to these numbers. Let me explain these numbers, people, because that's the facts. People out there don't know what they're talking about. And when it comes to numbers, to plans, nobody matches power trigger trade plan for plan. It's just, no one does it, people. It's just the facts. You go look at I'll post some of my other plans, so go review what I say, and then take a look at the action of the stock. It's almost I'm depicting the future. How is this possible? It's called visionary lines, people. What I see in the visionary lines, and I study this stuff, is powerful. The only time I'm losing money sometimes is when I don't even listen to my own visionary lines. And I know this. But anyways, people, let's get back to Apple here. I will explain these numbers. 159.77, 158.77, 157, and 152.85. All right. So one of the supports that I talked about, we've clearly have not been able to hold above. We did it. We went below it, which is the 159.77 area, but we regained it temporarily, only to lose it again. The next one here, 158.77, we're basically only 10 cents above it. So that leaves us to defend 157 area next. Now, even if Apple defends the 157 area, we still need closes above 161 to say that there could be an ending of the testing to lower. I have explained that Apple is going to strategically test itself lower until we close above some key numbers to give us some sort of saying, you know what, that's it. We might now have a key support to play off. It doesn't mean that just because Apple closes above 161 that it can't test lower, but what it means is that we probably will not test this number over here, the lower number, the 152.85. But right now, it's a process of chop. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, until right now this number is still, remember I said this number will not be, this number could be valid for a week, for another week or two. To this day, from that day, it's exactly what happened. Did we close above 161? By the way, it was higher, but did we close above 161 here? No, people. No, we did not. You could see we attempted once. In fact, we couldn't even do it by the price, not even hold it for 3 minutes. Now, while people were "Ooh, it's gonna go up," probably screaming, and some people with services talking like what all they got was lucky. They didn't catch NVDA. They didn't have a plan to catch NVDA. They didn't have a plan to catch CAT. Real moves from real. And if you go look at my plans, people, you'll see real moves, real power. So this is what's the truth. This is a process of chop, and I will give more updates when necessary. But right now, we're going to look to defend this number, then this number, and then it needs to close above 161. So if we defend a number, we need to close above 161, and then we might have something. I will then have to take a look. But this is the reality. We are going to chop up, down, until they finish this process of testing lower. And I also said the lower they test this, the more opportunity, because the Apple is going to make a nice big move higher in the near future. It's just a process of chop. And I don't want to play chop. I'd rather go into stocks I want to confirm. Stocks like Tesla last week making money, stocks like CAT, stocks like NVIDIA and NVDA. Those are real moves. I depicted them, I identified them, I had plans, and they made money. And the big winners always will make money more than the losers, people. But Apple is not that kind of stock right now. I've said it. Now we are in a chop zone stock. That's it. I don't want to play chop zone. And my system's about finding things that are ready to move, and we take action. And if it doesn't work out, you take a small loss, move on to catch the next big winners. That's the way to make the big money in the market, people. Not guessing, assuming, and playing a stock when it's not set up. Apple is a big chop zone right now, mess. And they're going to chop this thing lower. And I don't know how much lower, and I don't care how much. Not that I don't care. I'm not going to assume and guess. But this is why I post these numbers. We now are looking at statistical measures. Do we defend this number, and can we get above 161? Do we defend this number, and can we? We've never been able. We defended these numbers, but we've not been able to get. So they're still testing. We are on our way pretty close now to start to test. As soon as you start losing this 158.77, they're going to try and test 157. And that's all I want to talk about. I'm not talking about that Apple's going to go to 152.85. Why? What's the point of talking about something that it may never happen? But it could. My fact of the matter is it could. And my plan depicts what can happen. But for all we know, we might test 157, and that will be it. But we don't want to guess. We need statistical measurement. And for now, I still think 161 we need to get above, especially this week, and defend these numbers to figure out the depth of how far they want to pull back Apple. Because a lot of people just assumed, oh, Apple's going to fall. Yeah, we know Apple can fall, but it doesn't mean Apple is going to fall to those numbers. That's guessing. Apple has a ton of defense zones. These are defense numbers, and we've been defending. You've noticed that this number has been defended many times. It defended itself here. It defended itself here. It defended itself this day here. This 158.77, but we're back there again. Practically, we're back to that level now. So now it's a matter of, what do we do over here? If we lose this, this is the one that's next. Doesn't mean we're going to go there. It's the one that's next to test. This is my point, people. All right, people, welcome to Power Target Trades, the place where I post great detailed plans. Listen, people, this is a great channel to subscribe to. Confirmation is key. Study the videos, visit daily. This is a banner alone worth subscribing to this. At the same time, check out my created playlist. Okay, you can subscribe here manually, or I'm going to show you an easy way to do so right inside the video. I'm going to also post. I suggest you take a look at. This is a great. You should look at my last. You should look at my Caterpillar plan. Okay, that confirmed that did very well today. CAT, September the 14th. People, do yourself a favor and go take a look at it. Go take a look at what I said. It confirmed, and it made us money. A directional move. Apple moved one day, only to pull back and lose its gains. That's not a move, in my opinion. Caterpillar did make a good move. It confirmed on Friday. It held its gains, and it followed through. Apple did not do that. Because why? Because Apple never closed above any key number that I explained, and I told people it's in a big chop zone. People thought, oh, it's going to go up now. No. It's in a process of transitioning to go higher. That is my big opinion, but we need more. It needs more time to base properly and create the right kind of patterns. Anyways, people, let's see what I say. All right, people. Now that we just finished watching that great detailed video, don't forget to look at my banner. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you check out my creative playlist. Make sure you study before taking action on Power Target Trades. Every plan that I make has great detailed instructions. And I put my heart and soul in it because I want my subscribers and followers to make great money in the markets. But you have to study, people. Now let me show you a way to subscribe. Let's see a picture of me around here in a circle format. Simply click on it and it's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. Don't forget, people, at the end of the video to like the video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like